Okay, I just had my phone tell me that my connection was not good, so I'm freaking out, hoping that I'm live. So it looks like, at least on my iPad, I can see myself, so I'm hoping that I'm live. So yeah, so if you come on, let me know you're here, and hopefully things are good. And yeah, hello ladies, I can see you guys jumping on. Linda, Charlene, Teresa, hello, thank you so much for joining me. Oh good, all of a sudden my phone just went crazy and it said, oh sorry, you're not live because your connection is bad. So I'm thinking, hopefully my connection is not bad. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm so excited to see all of you. Hello, Trudy, Kathy. Thank you for sharing, Linda. Yes, Linda is right on top of it. Yes, please share the video. Hello, Angela. How are you? Yay. So yes, please share the video. The video will get you in the drawing for all the projects that I make today, plus desk calendar. I've made a bunch of these desk calendars. Thank you, Kathy Miller, for the pattern. Kathy's on here watching, and she was the first person that I saw make these calendars, and they're amazing, and thank you. So you'll get a calendar and the cards that I make if you're the winner from sharing. Hello, Donna. She's from sunny Washington, but snow expected tomorrow. We just kind of got over our cold snap. We've had, like, this morning when I woke up, it was -17. Blech. That is just too flippin' cold. Not to mention the fact that your heater runs constantly, which of course costs lots of money. But, you know, you got to be warm. So there's a toss up there between money and warmth. So, yeah. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Louise. Thank you guys for joining me so much. Okay. There's something that I wanted to get out of the way. Last week I was talking about gray hair, and I think I might have offended some people. Okay. And I did not mean to do that, and I'm terribly sorry. I have nothing against people that have gray hair. If your hair is gray, good. I personally don't want my hair to be gray. So that's why I'm always making fun of myself and making fun of my gray hair and saying how much I don't like it and that. So it's just a personal thing for me. I'm not ready to have gray hair, but those of you out there that have it, rock it, good for you. You all look amazing. And so I wanted to get that out of the way first and foremost. So there you go. Hello, Andrea. Yeah, Linda, that's way too cold. I'm with you. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Next, let's see. Oh, I've updated my Facebook, this Facebook page that you guys are on right now. I have a photo album of retired items that I'm selling. So if you're interested in any retired items, check out that folder after the live is over. Of course, don't do it now because then you'll miss all the fabulous things I'm going to make. But check out that folder if there's anything that you want. Comment under each photo with that you're interested, and then I will get back with you and we can sell it. So yes, do that. What else do I have here? I have some winners to announce from last week. And I think a couple of you guys, in fact, all of you guys might be on here. We'll just see. So last week for commenting, so anytime you leave a comment, you go in a drawing for the prize. So leave your comments, ask me questions, whatever you guys want to do, you know. Just leave some comments and then we can put you in the drawing. So anyway, the person that I picked for leaving comments last week was Teresa Farmer. And I know Teresa's on here because I saw her name. And Teresa does happen to be a customer of mine, so I do have your address. Hello, Carol. Thanks for joining me. So I will get this out to you with your Big Shot at Home goodies. Teresa's in my Big Shot at Home class, and so I'll throw this in with her class that should be going out next week. Hello, Mary Ellen, and hello, Sandra. A foot of snow in northern Minnesota. Oh, good Lord. We haven't had any snow. We've just had coldness. So the next one, I do believe I saw this gal watching also. This is for sharing the video. So when you share the video, you also go in a drawing. And last week, the drawing was for this stamp set rather than the cards that I make. So hello, Sandy. How are you? And so the winner of this stamp set is Charlene Henderson. And I did see Charlene on here. So there you go. So this is for Charlene. I do know Charlene. She happens to be a team member of mine. So I have her address. So I will get this out to you in the mail, Charlene. Congratulations. And then the last thing I have is for people that placed orders with me last week. And I'm not sure I didn't see this gal rolling through, but it's possible that she is on here. So let's hope so she can be excited and yay. All right, so the winner of this designer series paper package that I had from last week is Susan Jameson. So yay, Susan. And of course I have your address also because you did place an order with me. So that's going to make it easy for me to get this to you. So congratulations, Teresa, Charlene, and Susan. Very excited for you girls, and I will get your goodies out to you. So now moving on to what we're doing this week. So this week, for sharing the video, you will get the cards that I make in the class today, plus one of my calendars that I was talking about. For ordering, I've got a package of our vanilla note cards and envelopes. So placing your orders today through next Wednesday will get you in the drawing for the note cards and the envelopes. So somebody's going to win those. And then for commenting, I have a partial package of our glitter enamel dots. These things are super fun and they're super flat, so they don't add any bulk to your cards when you mail these things out. They're perfect for adding bling. So this is our other prize. So comment, share, and order. Order is especially important, especially now because it's celebration and you get free stuff when you order. So when you order $50, there is like 11 things that you can choose from out of our celebration brochure, and then maybe there's 10, because then if you order $100 there's 2, but there's more stuff coming, and when I flip the camera I'll show you the more stuff that's coming. So that is super exciting. We have the Celebration 2nd edition, and then we have Celebration Coordination, which are some products that you can purchase that go with the celebration products that we have. So that's very exciting. Okay, let's see if I've talked about everything I want to do. Yes, that, and that I already found out my answer to, so I don't need to ask anyone. So yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to flip the camera over. Or do I have any stories? No, because my hair's fine. Eye bags, I've given up. I don't even care anymore. And yeah, so I'm going to flip the camera and then we will get started on some other things. So we'll turn that. Where's my camera button? There we go. How's that light on the ceiling? That was super exciting. Okay. Oh, here's my broken glasses. Allow me to put those on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, here's the calendars. I am selling these too in that photo album that's on this page that you're watching right now. After the live is over, you can click on photos, find that album, and then you can do that as well. Okay. So like I said, we have Celebration Round 2 coming up starting next Thursday, February 15th. That'll be next Friday, February 15th. And we have 3 new items that you'll be able to choose for your orders. We have a stamp set called All Adorned. I don't have anything to show you guys because my UPS package showed it was supposed to be delivered today. And when I checked this morning, it said it was delayed by severe weather. So I don't know where the severe weather is. It's down south from me somewhere, down in Wyoming or somewhere around Salt Lake City. I don't know. I didn't look. But anyway, so I don't have my stuff, so I only have pieces of paper. Boring. But anyway, so the All Adorned is kind of designed to work with our Stamparatus, but if you don't have the Stamparatus, of course, you can still use it. So don't worry about that. Hello, Pam, and hello, Anne, and thank you for sharing, Pam. I appreciate that. The next item that you would be able to choose for free with a $50 order is the Country Floral Dynamic Textured Impressions Embossing Folder. When it says dynamic, that is something special because these folders are a lot thicker and they make deeper impressions in your paper, which is super awesome. So this will be free with a $50 order. And can you guys tell how gorgeous that is? I'm so upset that I don't have my folder to show you, but it is amazing. And then lastly, with a $100 order, this is a new item. You'll be able to order the Painted Seasons Bundle, which is a package of Designer Series paper and then a stamp set. And the Designer Series paper is hand painted. Somebody has hand painted these images and then they've turned them into Designer Series paper. So it's super gorgeous. They're 12 by 12 sheets. There are 4 double-sided designs, 3 of each pattern. So that's the last of theirs. 3 new items, the bundle, the stamp set, and the folder. And then also starting, when did these start? I think this also starts next week on the 15th. This is called Celebration Coordination. And so what they've done is they have come up with some items that coordinate with the current celebration products that we have right now. So what that means is these you will purchase, the celebration items you can earn free. Coordination means purchase. And what we have is super exciting, you guys, because we have the So Hoppy Together stamp set that you can earn for free during celebration. And then you can purchase dies to cut all those frogs out. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Look at that. The little frog, the large lily pad, some of those little floating, what are those things called? Lilies? I don't know. The little dragonfly, the trio of 3 flies, the crown, and then all the frogs. So this is something that you can purchase. Oh, thank you, Sue. March 1st. Good grief. So this stuff you can start purchasing on March 1st. Okay, so we have the dies and the coordinate with the frog set. Then we have, what even says right here, March 1st. Apparently if I could read, I would know what I'm talking about. So thank you, Susan. Okay, so then we also have the cake framelets, and these are actually called, they all have a certain name. I can't remember everything. All this new stuff. Call Me Cupcake framelets. And they coordinate with the Hello Cupcake stamp set. So you can see we have like the glass cake topper to go over a cake plate. Super exciting. And then we have the frosting, the middle layer, the cup that the cupcake sits in, the little heart, the little flower, and then some other little pieces that you'll be able to use when you're die cutting this amazing set. So you can earn the Hello Cupcake stamp set for free. You can purchase the Call Me Cupcake framelets. Amazing. Here's another little sample thing that I found. Look at that, a shaker card. Love shaker cards. Okay. Then we also have one that matches the lily. I think it's called the Lasting Lily stamp set. So we can crop out the lilies and all the stems. And then we have 2 tags. You can see they have double tags right here. Super awesome. So that is super exciting. So this is the Celebration Level 2, the Lasting Lily. So you can get that free with a $100 purchase, and you can purchase the dies to get to your $100 purchase. And then, of course, we have the coordinating die set for the Painted Seasons bundle that we just talked about. And this is called 4 Seasons Framelets. So we have the images that are going to crop out, bring that back in, that's going to crop out these stamps. So you can see we have all those dies. So this is super exciting, you guys. I can hardly wait. And then we also have a stamp set that is going to be coming out in this coordination. And this is called Word something or other. What is it? More Than Words. And so these are the images. So you can see we've got this double image here, so you can make this 2-toned. And these images coordinate with the stamps that we currently have for celebration. So you can see we have hopping by and jumping in, of course, would go with the frog set. Something calls for, or today calls for something sweet. Extra sprinkles on top, that would go with the cake set. And then we just have some super nice sentiments here that are going to be great. And with that, here's a couple samples. You just love this. My samples on pieces of paper. Really nice. Thank you, Weather. Ooh, here's another one. That one's really nice. We're also going to have a punch, the storybook punch, that will punch out most of these sentiments. So that is going to be very cool. Okay, so that starts next week for the celebration items, March 1st for the coordination items, and hopefully I'll get my order one of these days. Who knows when that'll be. All right. So moving on, of course, here's my February host code. Placing orders in my store gets you free stuff. This month I'm giving away the Happiness Blooms enamel dots with a $75 order. I also have a Happiness Blooms or Bloom by Bloom tutorial package that you will also get for free with any size order in my store at shoppingwithbarb.com. So let's start with a project. Get my bucket of stuff up here. That is going to be working with items that are coming in my online class that comes out tomorrow. So my online class tomorrow uses the Floral Romance bundle, which is in the Occasions catalog. And of course I had it marked. Here we go. So this is the bundle of products that my class is designed around. And so I'm offering the class free when you purchase my special bundle of products, which is the bundle stamp set dies, designer series paper, the petal pink whisper white variegated ribbon, frosted flower embellishments, floral romance seals, lace folder, and then I've also thrown in the fresh fig 1/8 inch ribbon. And this is like almost a first for me, you guys. I never use an entire roll of ribbon before it retires. And look at that. I literally have hardly any left. So this is also a product that is featured in the online class. And so I did want to show you some cards and talk a little bit about it. So this is my card that I'm going to be showing on my blog tomorrow. So you guys are getting a sneak peek at it. Take a note of this little ribbon here. This is a little ribbon trick that I'm going to show you in my video tomorrow. So make sure you check my blog, barbstamps.com, for that. Here's another card that I'll be coming out with the video very soon. On all these cards, use these products, a combination of these products. Here's another one where I've used the Frost White Shimmer paint to actually paint the flowers and add some little dots. And look at those cute little embellishments. They're so cute. And as a bonus, if you're on my team of demonstrators, you can have the class for free. Yep. All you have to do is let me know you want it and I will email it to you. So it's very simple. Here is another gorgeous card. And then we have this one here. It's got some of that fun vellum, one of those little seals. And this one here with this really nice sprig here. So those are some of the cards that are, those are not in the class. Okay, none of those are in the class. All the cards in the class are exclusive to the class and are not going to be seen anywhere else. But I will give you a sneak peek. Now this does not match or anything like that. But I do go and I show you how to go around these little die cuts with the ribbon. So that's going to be a little trick in the class that you'll learn. Okay, so back to the class. It's $128 if you purchase all the products that are in the bundle. That includes your shipping and your tax, and you get either 2 level 1 celebration sets or a level 2 celebration set. So it's going live tomorrow. It's going to, all the details are going to be on my blog, and so you can check that out. I just wanted to kind of show you guys the paper too. So we have some vellum pieces, and actually vellum pieces look way better when you put them on top of white cardstock. So let me grab a piece of white. Okay, so this vellum is just gorgeous. I love, love, love this piece. This one also, this is a petal pink lace kind of vellum. Again, looks better popped up on white. You can actually see the details. And then we have these two pieces also. You can see I've almost used up all this paper too. So I've just been having a blast with this stuff out of this. So you're going to love the class. It's amazing. There are 8 cards in the class plus a bonus boxed set of 6 cards. So that's 14 cards. We have all the videos for all the cards come along with the class. A written tutorial comes along with the class. So if you don't want to purchase the bundle of products, I totally get it. $25 will get you just the class, and you can get that at my blog, barbstamps.com. Okay, so now we are going to bring out, oh, I do want to show you this lace folder that's part of my bundle. Look at that. This is one of those dynamic folders, and look at the detail that you get with these dynamic folders. They are just amazing. So you definitely want that even if you don't get the bundle. All right, so we are going to use the dies and the stamp set. And I just want to show you the dies in the set. Some of the dies have coordinating stamps, so you can see. You can cut those out. Here's that fun oval piece that I was talking about. Love that. And then these little tiny flowers. And then here is that edgelet that crops out. Look at that detail. That is so cool. With the leaves, 4 different sizes of leaves, this little sprig here and that sprig there. So we're going to be using some of these things today in our project. And so let me get my parts and pieces out. So I have a piece of petal pink, 4 1/4 by 11, an inside piece 4 by 5 1/2. No, that's not true. 4 by 5 1/4. That's the size. All right, and then we have a die cut oval, because like I've always said, my big shot is not in the same area that I film my videos. A 1 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece of that printed vellum, 1 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece of white, and a 1 1/2 by 4 1/2 inch piece of mossy meadow. Okay, and so I've already done some scoring on my petal pink piece. So I've scored it at 5 1/2, so it'd be a standard card. And then I also scored it at 3/4 of an inch. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to tear a little bit off the edge here. Hello, Connie. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. It's hard when you're tearing off just a tiny little piece. Do you offer the... Yes, Bonnie. If you already have the products, that's awesome. The class is just $25. And like I said, you'll get videos and instruction sheet for 8 different cards, and they're not going to be shown anywhere else. They're exclusive to the class. And then we have a boxed set of 6 cards that is also exclusive to the class. So yes, please head to my blog tomorrow and you can find the PayPal link and order that class. So I've torn the edge off that. Now I'm just going to fold this back on my 3/4 inch score line. Forgot what I said. Okay, so we'll get that done. Are we going to be able to order the paper pad with the flowers? Yes, this paper, Mary Ellen, is in the Occasions catalog. It's on that page I just showed you. Which page is it? It's in the front, I think. Here we go. Page 11. Yep, here's the paper right here, the Floral Romance Designer Series paper. You can order that anytime. All right, so we've got this part done. So we're going to layer these pieces together. So the vellum I'm going to layer over the white because, like I said, the vellum just really pops when it's on white. And I'm going to do that. What am I going to do? I think I'll use glue dots. And I have found most of the time when you try to work with vellum and you try to put adhesive on it, you can see the adhesive. But if you're strategic in where you place the adhesive, sometimes you can't see it. Okay, so we're going to have something covering the center so we can totally put one in the middle. And I think these dark flowers are also perfect. Oh, hello, Janine from blizzardy Minnesota. That's what I'm hearing. Gosh. I mean, we've had some snow, but we have not been dumped on. Oh, the grit paper on my desk. Sorry, Marilyn. No, that was something that they had on the tables for us at the onstage event that I attended in November. And then we were able to order some of that here last month. I think it's all sold out. So it was a demonstrator only item. It is gorgeous though, isn't it? All right, this is just a little bit off, so I'm going to trim my Whisper White slightly so it meets up with my vellum. There we go. Okay, and then this is going to go in the center of this piece of Mossy Meadow here. All right, like that. Tombow on a sponge to glue them. And you know, I've done that too, Evelyn, but it's just one of those things. I'm a lazy stamper. I don't want to go to any trouble to do anything, so I don't. So it's just easy enough for me to do these glue dots, and I can't see them at all. So, all right, so this is going to go here, but before I do that, I want to stamp a little bit on this edge piece here. So I've got some Petal Pink ink. Oh, I need that. Well, I'll just get all the stamps out. Why not? Let's just get it all out right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I need another piece of scrap paper. I want to stamp some little dots on this edge piece here. And so I've got my Petal Pink ink, and this little dotted image comes in the stamp set. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this. I'm just going to kind of rotate it each time I ink it up before I put it down on my paper. That way it's just a little bit different each time, so it's not exactly the same all the way down. It's pretty close because they're little tiny dots, but not exactly. Okay, so we have that done. Little dots. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then I want to stamp up my inside piece while I have some things out here. I'm going to close that. I'm going to bring out some, what is this? Pear Pizzazz. This is one of the coordinating colors in the bundle. And I'm going to add some of these leaves here, just in the corner. Okay. Oh, whoops. I do need that ink again. But we'll go ahead and put this in the middle so we don't lose it and we don't get anything on it. Because sometimes Barb can make a mess, which I'm sure we've all talked about before. So, okay. Get that. Oh, goodness. Thought I had it in place and then didn't. All right. There. Now it is. So then we'll have a little bit of detail showing while we have that piece folded back. Okay. So then this little guy is going to just go on the front. Try to center it as best I can. Is that centered? Well, let's hope so. I do have my glasses on. And then I'm going to fold this flap back. And I'm going to use some liquid glue to do that. It's going to be some pressure against it to want to come loose, and so my liquid glue should prevent that from happening. Okay, there we go. So this is what we have so far. So while that's drying, I'm going to bring in my little guy here. This is our sentiment piece, and I'm going to cheat because I've already made this. I want to see what I did with it because I can't remember. Oh yeah, I did use the little dotted image again, but I'm using it in a different color. I'm going to use it in the Pear Pizzazz, so I'm going to clean that off. Look at my beautiful chamois. Isn't this pretty? You know, it's the ugliest thing ever, but it works so good. If you guys do not have one of these, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting one because they're amazing. They get stained and they look terrible, but it's clean because I just rinsed it out and there is no ink coming out of this thing at all. All right, so we are going to bring in some fresh fig ink first, and we're going to stamp the sentiment. So this just says, thinking of you, and it's going to be kind of up in the top left, I think is where I want it. And then I'm going to do my Pear Pizzazz ink in this little dotted image. And I'm just going to add some dots just kind of randomly. Not completely covering every part of this thing, but some of it anyway. Just a few. It seemed like it was too white before, so we needed just a little bit of pizzazz. Get it? Pear Pizzazz, huh? That was kind of a not funny. Okay. Next, I'm going to bring in, this is not part of the bundle, but it could be, and it could go with the bundle if you already have it. This is our Pear Pizzazz shimmer ribbon. Yes. And it is so pretty. So yes, we're going to use that. So here's a little ribbon trick for you guys. I'm going to have my ribbon go through the inside of my card. So I am going to snip out just a tiny little, so I've got a 1/2 inch circle punch. I've pushed it into the fold line here, and I'm just gonna, no I'm not, there we go. Just snip out a tiny little hole. As you can see, there's a tiny little hole there in the fold line, and then I can just thread my ribbon through like that and bring it to the front, and then we're going to try to tie a nice knot. See what happens on the front here. So try to tie it over here on the side. And this ribbon actually is good ribbon for tying knots and bows. It's just really nice and it works good. Yeah, I say that now. Watch, my knot's going to be crap. Oh, I think we have a winner. Yay. Okay. So here is our knot. You can manipulate them sometimes. And we need some ribbon scissors so we can snip off the end of that. Make sure I'm not cutting through both. That would be nice, and I'd ruin the whole thing. Okay, and then this we're going to set on the front, and we're going to use some dimensionals. Here they are. And I'm going to straddle the ribbon with them, so I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. That way it won't add any, any more bulk. Oh, thank you, Angie. I'm glad it's a new thing for you. Yeah, I did this. We used to do this years and years ago. I've been a demonstrator for almost 17 years, and it was something that we did years ago. We wanted to run ribbon through some, especially if you had your card like this and you wanted to run the ribbon through. It was a great way to do it. Okay, so here's what we have so far, our fabulous ribbon. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to add one of these Floral Romance seals. Now, if any of you are older like me, you will remember actually doing this on envelopes to your pen pal, okay? Where you would have the little wax piece, you would dribble a pool of it on the back of your envelope, and then your little metal thing with the design, you'd press it into there and you would seal your envelope. And that was a thing, that was a big thing. So, excuse me. So I remember doing that as a kid, and so I love using these. And they're very thin, so they're they don't take up too much room on your card. They don't add a lot of bulk, And I just think they're adorable. So we're just going to add a little wax seal right down here. Thank you, Anne. I'm not the only person that remembers those things. They were so much fun. We had all different colors of wax. We had all different, what are those things called that you pressed into the wax? I'm drawing a complete blank right now. But we had different patterns of those, and it was so fun. And yes, I remember sending my pen pal things with wax seals on it. Okay. Oh, and here's the last thing that's in the bundle. I just have a brand new package of these because I just about used up all mine. And you know what else? I show you a tip tomorrow for adding rhinestones to these, because these are not your standard flower and you can't just add a rhinestone. It won't stick. So tip will be coming tomorrow in my video. Okay, so here it is. The card is done. Open it up. You can write your message, whatever you want to do. And did I have a message I wanted to stick in there? No, I don't think so. Hopefully I won't need this card, but unfortunately you do sometimes. So here's a pretty card. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I have to tell you, I copied myself, because this is a card that I made a couple months ago that I do have a video for on my YouTube channel. And so I copied myself. So there you go. I still write to my childhood pen pal. That's awesome, Linda. That's great to hear. I don't keep in contact with any of my old pen pals, and it does make me kind of sad. But what do you do? All right, moving on. Let me clear up my mess, because as you guys all know, I hate stamping in a gigantic mess. So I'm going to clean off my stamps here. Stamp and show me. Oh, I probably was just shaking the whole thing. Sorry about that. All right. So we're going to put these away. That stuff is all stuff I probably will continue to use. All right, moving on to our next project. Ooh, I hope you guys like this. This project is going to use another one of our, this is a celebration item that you can choose right now today. It's called Home to Roost. And so it's got the rooster, some kind of wheat looking images, and some sentiments. And it's just, it makes good man cards, I kind of think. So hopefully you'll enjoy this card. And let's see, what do I want to do here? So here is our supplies. So I have a 8.5 by 5.5 piece of, what is this, Mossy Meadow? Almost forgot what I was working with here. And I'm going to fold it, score it, burnish it, whatever. A 4 by 5.25 inch layer for the front. A 4 by 5.25 inch piece of Very Vanilla for the inside. And then I have a scrap of crumb cake to do some stamping. And then I have a piece from our wood grain designer series paper package, and here is that, and there are just lots and lots of wood grain patterns in here. So there is lots of fun to be had with the wood grain pattern paper. It is in the big catalog, and it makes great man cards, and it just makes great layering pieces also, just because it's very neutral. So, and my piece of this is, what is it, 1 inch by 4, I think. Well, we're going to have to get the ruler out because I can't remember. Neener. Okay, sorry. I think it's 1. Yes. 1 by 4. Okay, there we have it. All right, so I've got some Stampin' Blends, the Mossy Meadow and the Night of Navy. Got some ink. I've got a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. I have all my stamps, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you guys how to use our new stamps, just in case you've never seen it done before. We have new cling stamps, okay? You're going to say they don't even look different. They don't really. So they're rubber mounted on a new type of cling foam, which actually sticks better. Now, I've never had a problem with my stamps sticking on my blocks, but I know lots of people do. So I've never used the labels. And it boils down to the fact that basically I'm a lazy person and I don't want to take the extra step. But some of them you need to, just for like sentiments and stuff sometimes, because I stamp them upside down and I don't want to stamp them upside down. So I'm going to use one of these stamps and I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so we'll just do this one. So the stamp is the same size as the label. All right, so we're going to just, the labels all, you fold them in half and you can peel the backing off the label. Now, these labels are super sticky, so you don't get a second chance. So if you drop this onto that label in the wrong spot, you're not going to get it off without ruining your stamp. So just beware of that and be mindful of it, and you won't have any issues. Just work slowly and carefully and everything will be fine. So here is your open label. It's the same size as your stamp. Okay, so I am just, like I said, very careful, 2 hands, and I come straight down on top of it, and I look at the one end first, and so I get that lined up on that end, and then I just kind of follow it down and press it into place. Okay, then you peel it off, and voila, there's your stamp. Now, sometimes you might have a little excess sticker. Just go ahead and snip it off. It's not going to hurt anything. It doesn't need to be there. Obviously, what that means is I didn't get this on perfectly, and that's fine. I got it on good enough, so I'll be able to tell what my image is supposed to look like, and there you have it. And it's super, super sticky. So, I mean, I could just have a tiny bit stuck on there, and it's not going anywhere. However, because they're so sticky, you need to be careful when you take them off of your blocks, okay? So you put it on your block, you've stamped with it, you're ready to not stamp with it anymore. You can't just rip it off like we used to be able to do because the label is very sticky. If you try to rip it off, you could tear your rubber and your foam off of the label, leaving the label on the block. You don't want to do that. So what I do is, okay, I barely have a fingernail, but it works. So I just kind of dig my fingernail under the label, and then you can see that I can just peel this up. Okay, no problem. I have heard of people taking very small bits of washi tape and sticking it maybe like on the corner here, because if you have a little bit of washi tape on there, you aren't going to be able, I mean, you will be able to just peel it right up. I don't do it. I haven't had an issue with it, but small dots. Yeah, and I've done that too, Donna, but some people just really like the labels, and I have a lot of customers that like labels, and so these are way better. They stick a lot better, and so hopefully you'll be very satisfied with them if you are a label user. Most of the time you will notice that I do not use the labels because, again, I'm lazy. So there you go. All right. So the first thing I want to do is trim this. So I'm going to bring in my banner triple punch. We'll just slide this in. And this punch actually is designed to punch 3 different sizes of paper. So we've got the 1 inch, and then a 1.5 and a 2. So you just slide it into the slot, and we're just going to slide that over and trim it off. And there we have a banner end. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some linen thread. I don't even know how much this is, but I'm going to do a cheater way of this. Okay. I'm going to tape it. Tape it right on there. Actually, let me look at my cheating sample so I know where to put it. So if you guys follow me at all on Facebook or anything, this was a swap card, and I was making these on Christmas morning, and I Facebooked about it because I was saying, hey, is anybody else awake on Christmas morning? I'm making swaps. So I'm wrapping this around, I don't know, like 4 times. And then I'm going to come to the back again and use a piece of Scotch tape. Okay. Again, I'm lazy. You could use glue, but why? Okay. So, and then I'm got it kind of pinched together down here at the bottom. And then I have a little bit wider at the top. Okay, so it's just a little bit different look for some thread. All right, so now I'm going to add some, what are these called? Dimensionals. And I only have a tiny little space there, so I put a small dimensional in there. Oops, come back here. And then we're going to do a couple more. Okay, so that piece is done. We're going to bring in our Mossy Meadow piece right here. And I think I saw Angela say it was one of her favorite colors, and I totally agree. I was so happy that they got rid of Always Artichoke because honestly, after we came out with Mossy Meadow as an in color, whatever it was, 5 or 6 years ago, I never ever used Artichoke again. Literally hated it. So Mossy Meadow's my fave. All right, so we're going to ink this up. I need a scratch paper, so we're going to stamp off 1 time. So here we go. I'm going to ink that up. I'm stamping off 1 time. And then I'm going to kind of stamp this about like that. And then I'm going to ink it up again. And this time I'm bringing it down a little bit, full strength. This one, again, bringing it down a little bit and full strength. So that's what we have so far. And I think I'm done with this ink. Yes, okay, put that away. Then I have a little sentiment stamp that says Missing You, and this is actually one in the Rooster set. And so I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to stamp this up here in the top corner, try to make it straight. That looks pretty good. Then I found another stamp from this other set that this says, oh my, what does it say? See, if I had my label on there, I'd be able to tell you what it says. Oh, it says, thanks for your friendship. Where did I get that from? Or was it in here? Oh my gosh, it literally is in here. So yeah, both of these stamps are in here. So this one is going to go on, where's my piece of vanilla? Here we go. All right, so the vanilla needs the friend. Make sure we don't stamp it upside down. Literally have done that numerous times. Okay, and then I also thought it would be kind of fun to add just a tiny bit of the wheat image. And maybe we'll stamp it off and then just kind of have a little bit of that kind of coming up from the bottom. It's always fun if you're going to decorate the inside, right? Okay. We're done with those. We need to glue this to the inside. Where's my snail? Add a little bit. And get this here on the inside. Oops. Does that look even? Yeah, I think it does. Okay. So now this is almost completed. We're going to add this. So you can see I'm going to add this. It's not quite going to hide where that wheat stops, but our next thing is going to. So now for the rooster. So I'm going to use my memento, and we're going to ink him up in the memento. Double check, make sure he's inky. If you think he's inky enough, ink him again. Okay. There is a rooster. I think we're done with that. And while he's drying slightly, I'm going to clean my stamps. So we'll just run those on the old chamois and get them all cleaned off. All right, has anybody been saying anything? Any comments? Any questions? Okay, I don't think so. Yes, remember, commenting gets you put in the drawing for, now I can't remember. What is it? Maybe somebody remembers. Is this commenting? Yes, for a little package of the glitter enamel dots. So yes, leave me comments, ask me questions. I'm happy to answer things. You know, I'm not all knowing, all seeing about stamping, but like I said, I have been stamping for about 17 years. So I do know a couple things. All right, so what I'm going to do with this is just some very easy coloring with our Stampin' Blends markers. And when I say easy, I am so not even kidding. Got to get my cheat sheet out here so I can sort of see what I was going to do. Okay, so I am using, now I don't remember, did I use the dark? I think I used the darks. So I've got the Mossy Meadow Dark Blend and the Night of Navy Dark Blend. And I'm going to get on my hands and knees right now, and I'm going to trade glasses, put on my fancy, my little pink ones. They're hanging around my neck because they have to always be hanging around my neck now because can't see. So, all right, is that in the frame? I got to make sure I'm in. Okay, yes. And Carol, you are correct. This will go great with those chickens from last year. So I'm just going to kind of follow the flowers, the feathers in the tail and around his body with these markers. Okay, so I'm just adding color where the lines already are. Just like that. Oh, maybe some here too. And we're going to do the same thing with the Mossy Meadow. I realize chickens aren't blue and green, but you know what? Or roosters. It's my rooster. I can have it any color I want, right? And maybe a little bit there. Okay, and that is literally it. That is all the coloring I'm doing on that rooster. So I'll bring it up a little closer. So it just has some subtle color, which I think is really cool. And of course it matches our colors that we've got going on here. So I'm gonna take my 2 1/4 inch circle punch and I'm gonna punch him out. We're gonna try to get most of his tail feathers in there. There we go. And then I'm gonna add this to the front of the card. Or actually not the front of the card, but this layer anyway. And we're going to do that about 1 inch from the bottom, give or take. And I'm going to try to make sure it's straight. I think it is. And then we're going to add this just by adding some glue to the center of him. And we're just going to lay that right on the banner. Okay. Maybe a little higher. Okay. And then we just need to add some glue to the back. So this is a good man card or a good girl card if your girlfriends like roosters. And I hear my husband and my daughter upstairs having a little conversation. Okay, there it is. So here's our rooster card. Open it up. We've got some fun on the inside. And again, super easy coloring, nothing to it whatsoever. So I hope you guys liked that. Let me put this stuff away and I will get prepared for my next project, which hopefully you like it too. Okay. Clean up a little bit. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up. I appreciate that. That always makes it more fun for me to do these Facebook Lives if you guys like what I'm showing you. So, yay. Because, you know, you have to take a lot of time and effort to prepare everything. And you're like, oh, gosh, I hope they like it. And if they don't, So, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to get to our next card. And we're going to be using the Happy Tales stamp set, along with the, I don't even know what this is called. I'm going to call it the Dog Punch, although I don't know if that's what it's really called. Well, I guess I could look. It's not like I don't have a catalog here, right? All right, because we have a cat set and a dog set. I have them both. I am a cat and a dog lover. Growing up as a kid, we had cats the whole time. I had cats as a single person. Then I met my husband. He's allergic to cats, so I had to give my cats to my mom. Thankfully, she took them, and that was awesome. Because we got married and then we couldn't have cats. So anyways, it's called Dog Builder Punch. There you go. And then we also have the 9 Lives that coordinates with our cat punch that we've had for like a year and a half or something like that. So we're going to use the our Happy Tales stamp set to create a card. Hopefully you'll like that. So I have my stamp set up here. Whoops, we have the dog, of course. We have the little bone, his collar, our sentiment, the heart, and the filler piece to color him in. So I'm using the dog and this filler piece here. There's also the spotted filler piece. You could make a Dalmatian if you wanted to. All right, so here are the pieces to this card. Not very many of them. Those right there. Need some ink. So I have some Early Espresso, Poppy Parade, Crumb Cake, and Memento Black. And then I may or may not use my Stampin' Blend to color some pearls. I don't know yet. We'll have to see when we get there if we like what I think I'm going to do. If we don't, we won't do it. Okay, and then our ribbon border punch. So what do we want to start out with? We will start out by doing some stamping. All right, so we don't need our main card base, which is Crumb Cake, 4 1/4 by 11. Okay. And then we have another piece of Crumb Cake, and I forgot what this is. I think it's 3 by 4 something. 3 by 4 1/4. Yeah, 3 by 4 1/4. And then this is like 4 and, what is this, 3/8 by 3 1/8 ish, so that we can layer these two pieces together. And then we have some scraps of white for the dog and the heart and what else? The sentiment. Okay, so I need, we're stamping Doggy in Early Espresso. Okay, so here we go. Ink him up, and we're going to get him right there. And I do have a foam mat here covered with some typing paper, just because. All right, I need, oh, here we go. Here's my little 1/2 inch strip of, is that a 1/2 inch? That doesn't look like a half. Hold on. So I save all my 1/2 inch strips when I cut cardstock in this plastic bag, and that's more like 3/8. I'm going to put that back in. Okay, 1/2 inch. And so this says just for you. Get it? F-U-R, for you. Love it. Okay, we also need a little heart. And we're going to do the little heart in some Poppy Parade. So, whoops, I don't want to stamp that right there. All right, I think we're done with most of these. We need our Memento, and here's his little tiny collar piece. They thought of everything in this stamp set. It's so adorable. All right, let's see if we can get that right around his neck. I think that's pretty good. And where's my lid? Right here. And then we've got the crumb cake, and we're going to bring in his coloring. Okay, so if I remember how this goes like this. So part of this coloring piece goes around his rump, his chest, and up near his eye. And so if you stamp the dog first, then when you come down with this piece here, it's easier to line it up. And I'm going to try really hard because I have my wrong glasses on. Not sure how that worked. Ooh, yay. Okay. So we have these 3 things done and stamped. This must just be something extra. Why do I have that? I don't know. I don't think we need it. All right. So this piece here, we're going to use the little bone. And we're just going to add some random bones around here. Sometimes when I'm saying random, I just kind of turn my paper as I'm stamping so that everything doesn't go the same direction. And maybe like that. Oh, this is so cute. I just love all these little pieces for this dog. He's adorable. Yes, and like I said, I'm no longer a cat person. I'm a dog person, but our dog passed away a number of years ago, and my husband was so distraught that he just literally cannot do it again. He cannot have another dog, so we're never getting another dog, which is very sad. But him and that dog were best friends, and having to put that dog down just really, it was awful. So anyway, that's just getting sad. Nobody wants to hear about sadness. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to take this. Well, I've already done it, but I'm going to pretend I'm going to take it. Typing paper. I know, typing paper. Copy paper. Evelyn, that's funny. Let's see, you sound like me when I'm stamping. I talk to myself at the time and forget where I put my stuff. And you know what, Lizzie? We talk to ourselves because we need expert advice. That's what I find. So I'm okay with talking to myself because, you know, if I need an answer, I'm going to get it from the expert. Okay, so we're going to use our stripes folder. So we would, if this was really happening, you would put your piece of paper in there, run it through the Big Shot. Can I zoom in? What do you want me to zoom in on, Kristen? I can zoom in a little bit. I don't want it to get too zoomed in that you can't see what I'm doing because I don't have enough space here, but we'll see what we can do here. Okay. Oh, so I was going to run this through my Big Shot, but I already did it. So by the magic of TV, there it is. All right. So now this piece is going to go on to our piece of early espresso. All right. Hopefully this is zoomed in enough. Sometimes when I zoom in, it just seems like that the focusing, it focuses a lot more. And this phone that I use, I have a Galaxy S9, and it has a problem with like focusing and not focusing and focus and not. It's annoying. So I try not to have it do that too much. Okay, so we have that on there. Now we can punch out Dear Doggy. So we'll just slide him down into the punch and line it up with my glasses, and there he is. And you can see I could punch my heart out, but you can't do it at the same time, so not a big deal. I've just got my tiny little strip here. I will slide that in, and there's my heart. Okay, and then this little guy here, I'm going to snip that off. And I'm going to flag the end. And so I go in straight down the center of the end with my paper snips. And then I come in from each point on the side to make a little banner end. Okay. So then I need a scrap piece of early espresso that I did not get out, but I have my scraps right here. And I've got this little decorative, what is this called? Decorative ribbon border punch. A lot. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of punching here. So there's one, and then as I slide this over, you can see that my cardstock, I wonder if I could even bring it up closer, that my cardstock, let's see, where's a good angle? You can see right there, it's not lined up on this side, but if I push it a little farther, then it is lined up. I don't know if I can do this. I can. And so then we have our little border here. And I typically use this punch the opposite way and use these little scallop pieces here. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue along the edge of this. Got a glue booger on the end. Got to get rid of it. The end of this sentiment piece. Come on, glue. There we go. That might be too much. I don't want it to squirt out all over and make a mess. And then I'm just going to line this up at the bottom of these little scallops because they are adorable when you use them like that. Rub that glue off my hand. Scissors. All right, so we're going to snip that off there. And then here, we're just going to follow the same cut that we already made with the snips there. Did that even work? No. You know what? Are these my good scissors? No. And I'm doing fine detail. I have some scissors that are better than others, and these happen to be better than others. There we go. Oh, no. Part of this is because I literally can't see what I'm doing. Aha! Got it. Okay. Now all this mess is getting to me, so sorry, I have to pause and get all those bits off my desk. Okay. So here we have the little heart, and we're going to use a tiny dimensional for that. And I'm going to grab my take your pick tool so that I can make this an easy process to put this onto the little doggy. So this is on his collar. This cute little heart. And then he is going to sit right down here at the bottom, and we're going to use just glue. So he'll be about like that. And then this, oh, I don't want to pop this up. No, not doing it. I'm just going to use regular glue. Okay, and then we'll just have this kind of come in right next to him. Ooh, how cute. Okay, and then we have our, and this will pop up. We've got 4 dimensionals left. That's the perfect amount. Of course, I'm not throwing that sheet away, though. I know people that do that, and I think they're nuts. Because you still have all this to use around the edges. Oh, whoops. I literally have no fingernails. Okay, and then we will try to center this. Is that centered? Maybe not. Try it again. As long as you don't press down real hard on those dimensionals, you can move them around. And I am just struggling big time. Is that even? I think that looks evener. Is that a word? Evener? Okay. And so there's our little dog. He's so cute. And I just can't help but think this is not even. Well, you guys will tell me. Okay. So that is it. Remember to do your shopping with me at shoppingwithbarb.com. I appreciate your orders very much. During celebration, you can get free items with your purchase. Use my host code. Oh, we're going to have to zoom out because I've got to be able to show my host code. There's my host code. Remember that my online class goes live tomorrow using the Wonderful Romance bundle. So you can get the bundled items and the class for free, or just purchase the class. Whatever you want to do. I seem to have lost my other card, my rooster card. And I literally just had it in my hand. Is it on my desk somewhere? Because sometimes I have been known to lose stuff. Anyway, oh, here we go. Anyways, my online class goes live tomorrow, so you can check that out on my blog, barbstamps.com. And I am going to be sharing something in my VIP page tomorrow, a little exclusive stamping fun on my VIP page. And how you get to be a VIP is if you purchase product from me, you can become a VIP. I add you to my Facebook group. So I'm going live in there tomorrow to show you guys something fun. And remember, these are the projects that somebody's going to win for sharing the video. So please share the video. And gosh, I think that's it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week and that it's not too cold where you are. So bye, guys.